Salutations friends, welcome back to my channel. Today's video I'm going to share with you 10 fragrances that I think are great to take you into 2022. The year of 2021 is almost over. I think a lot of us are ready to just get the 2022 underway, and if you're looking to figure out what you'd like to wear fragrance-wise, well, I have a few recommendations for you. So if you'd like to know what I think, then keep watching. Now, I try to find a nice variety of fragrances, designer fragrances, niche fragrances, affordable fragrances, shared fragrances. There's a different array of choices here for you. Now, what I wanted to choose to start 2022 for my theory for 2022 is confidence, stepping out, feeling your best. What fragrances do I think would be the best in regards to putting your best foot forward to starting a new year fragrance-wise? So that's my theme. Now, just because I think these are the best, you might not agree, but if you have your own recommendations or if you disagree very passionately with any of my choices, let me know in the comment section below. But we're going to start off with the one that I was most surprised when I first smelled this fragrance. I was actually blown away. So this is actually from Mix Bar, and this is Cloud Musk. Now, this doesn't smell like a super expensive niche experience, but it smells pretty dang good. And what I like about this is that if you're looking for something that smells a little bit sexy, a little bit musky, a little bit warm on the skin, for under 20 bucks, you really can't go wrong with this fragrance. Now, I like this scent a lot. I prefer it in the body mist, a little less sharp, a little less synthetic, musky in a negative way kind of smelling. It's a little bit lighter, a little bit fresher, a little bit sexier on the skin. It doesn't last nearly as long as the fragrance does, but I do really like the way that this smells, or this version smells, over the body mist. I just prefer the body mist. But if you're looking for something kind of easy to wear, fresh out of the shower, sexy, skin confident, attracting, under 20 bucks, this is a great one to wear, and it's one I've really been enjoying. And out of all of the fragrances from Mix Bar, I've really been wowed by this. You want something that smells attractive and sexy, but has a little more of a floral flirtiness to it. Holy Water from La Via del Profumo. This is really beautiful and a really gorgeous orange blossom fragrance. I find it to be really tantalizing and alluring, and it has a little bit of a bite to it, a little bit of a bitter pithiness that I find to be really sexy on the skin, very confident and attractive. And this is a fragrance I really love to wear. If you like more orange blossom, white floral fragrances, something that smells a little bit more shared, almost leaning masculine because of that kind of bitterness that it has, I think you'll really enjoy this. Now, this isn't like a bitter green petitgrayness. It is a little zingy and citrusy and bright, but I do find this to be really beautiful on the skin, and there's just something about it that smells really attractive. And I think this would be a great way and a great foot forward, so to speak, if you're looking to wear something to kind of boost your confidence in 2022. I'm gonna group these three together because these are flankers to fragrances that I viciously love. But when I think about fragrances that are attractive, are a little bit more, I don't want to say understated, they're not as in your face as the classic version of that, but in these own way, they stand alone as something I think more successful to some degree than the original counterparts. And so we have Eau de Jasmine Rouge from Tom Ford, we have Number 5 Le from Chanel, and we have Le à la Rose from Maison Francis Kurkdjian. I don't know why I was gonna have a hard time saying that. The reason why I wanted to include these guys is because I think in the age of moving forward and modern perfumery and people kind of being a little bit intimidated and challenged by classic compositions, more intimidating and impressive white florals, or fragrances that are a little bit too heavy on the rose, sometimes people like to have a nod to something a little bit more classic, a little bit more intimidating, but at the same time have something a little bit more modern. And what I like about each of these is that they pay a real tribute to the original, while at the same way are their own unique standalone. Now, Eau de Jasmine Rouge I think is the one that is the closest to the original, but I find this to be a perfect flanker. I did an entire video talking about this. I'll link, if I have reviews of any of these, I'll link them below. I'm not going to make this video too crazy long, so I won't get into it, but I just love how this piggybacks off of Jasmine Rouge. They both work together very well. So if there's one thing about one you don't like, but you wish it worked on your skin, the other one would work really well. And I just really think this is such a successful flanker. But if I think in my mind what a perfect flanker is, I keep coming back to this fragrance because a lot of people are challenged, are intimidated, just turn their nose to such an iconic fragrance as Chanel No. 5. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. There's a lot of people that have very real experiences with Chanel No. 5 or fragrances that resemble that type of composition and formula, but they might want to smell that way, but not smell that way. And what I love about No. 5 Le is this such a modern, youthful, fresh take on No. 5 without in any way kind of turning its back on the history, the DNA of that fragrance. And sometimes flankers that are supposed to be lighter, fresher, more modern versions, they just, it's like they don't even know the flank, the original. It's like they live on opposite sides of the world. And I'm looking at you, Dylan Blue and Dylan Turquoise. I like the idea of flankers either being something fun and zany and a twist on the original, like what Terry Mugler does with their flankers, imagined, modernized, a twist on a classic. And I think this is such a successful twist on a classic. So if you're looking for something lighter, fresher, a little bit more easier to wear to take you into 2022, but you still want that classic Chanel No. 5 glamour, I think you're going to enjoy this fragrance. And I always recommend it. It is one of my absolute favorites. And I love a la rose, but if you want something a little bit fresher, a little bit lighter, a little bit brighter, again, this one is excellent. Now, these fragrances are more masculine leaning. One of them is actually a men's fragrance, one of them is a shared fragrance, but the profile and composition of this fragrance tends to lean on the more men's marketed. But these are great scents that I think just really smell attractive, aren't too crazy in your face, but at the same time definitely boost confidence. And that's, again, what I wanted to share with you guys with this video. Just fragrances to kind of take the year by the ears, or whatever those things are. I don't know what those things are. And we have Brioni Eau de Parfum from Brioni, and we have Beyond the collection from Bentley, Beyond Vetiver. Beautiful fragrance, light, bright, citrusy, ethereal vetiver. You know how I feel about vetiver. I really don't need to go into this. I think vetiver is such a strong, wonderful, very fantastic note in perfumery when it's used to balance a composition or when it's used on its own. I like, again, my favorite fragrances are Sycamore. I love Encore Noir. Note de Colonia 2 from Acqua di Parma is one of my favorite fragrances. Those are all very dominant vetiver fragrances, and whenever there's a vetiver dominant scent, I get so excited when it's done correctly. And I love the brightness that Beyond Vetiver has from Bentley, and I think that that again is that confidence-inducing brightness. It smells sexy, it smells light, it smells like sun-kissed skin kind of way, like fresh out of the shower kind of smelling. It's not overbearing, not overly perfumed. And there's nothing wrong with overtly perfumed smelling skin or overtly perfumed smelling people, but there's something nice about not smelling too in your face with cologne or too in your face with perfume. It's nice to be subtle and sexy, and I think that that's Beyond Vetiver really just smells that way. Just very subtle, very light, very bright, and very attractive. And Brioni, this is just a beautiful kind of very musky violet. I really enjoy this fragrance. I do like the heavy kind of dosage of ambroxan in here. I find to be really sexy. Not everybody likes ambroxan, that's totally okay. I'm a love it or hate it kind of gal, but in this fragrance, it's a love, and I think this smells really sexy without being too in your face and too crazy. Again, very sexy, very kind of attention grabbing, but also at the same time very understated and attractive fragrance that I find to be very nice. This is a great scent. A lot of people have been talking about this fragrance. I love this scent. It's from Banana Republic. This is a dark cherry and amber. A lot of people compare this to Tom Ford Lost Cherry. Some people compare this to Baccarat Rouge. I think it doesn't matter either way. It smells really good. Full retail price, it's $85. You can find it a lot less different places. So I like this because it smells really sexy. It smells slightly fruity. It's got that dark, really sexy cherry fragrance to it. It's a little bit sweet, but at the same time, it's not sugary sweet. Just something sexy about this. So if you wanted something a little bit more delicious, a little bit more in your face, a little bit more va-va-voom, for men or women, this fragrance is really, really good. A lot of people like it. Again, it's great. And again, you can find that for like a steal. Full retail price, I think it's great. And again, you can find it, you know, again, for like super, super cheap. These last two fragrances, in my opinion, are really kind of are great representations of what I'm trying to say, are what I would recommend for these fragrances on this list to start 2022. Fragrances that are beautiful, fragrances that are understated, but fragrances at the same time that are complementary, that add confidence, boost confidence, are a great way to kind of step into 2022, to take charge of your life, to say, here I am, I smell fantastic, but at the same time, aren't so loud and proud that they're obnoxiously in your face. And the first one we have Aiguille from Nichene, and I've talked so much about this aquatic fragrance. It is absolutely gorgeous. I think that when I think about everything that I've just described to the best of my ability, which is not, my ability level isn't very high, this is just fantastic. It smells so beautiful. It smells so good on the skin. It performs really well. It's unique, it's different, it's special. It's not in your face, but there's something about it that just really screams, here I am. It's just really effortless. And so when I was first thinking about this list, was the first fragrance I thought of. I don't wear this fragrance a lot, and to be perfectly honest, more people need to talk about this scent. This scent is beautiful, and it's Layla from Guernas. This scent is just beautiful. Now, the reason why I wanted to include Layla, and the reason why Layla was the first fragrance that I thought of, is when I think about beauty, a lot of people have in their head what is beautiful to them. For some people, it's a sunrise or a sunset or mountains or the oceans. I love flowers. I love thinking about fields of flowers, and I love it when it's cold because Florida is hot and humid and disgusting most of the time, at least with the humidity. If some people like Florida weather, and if that's your thing, then more power to you. It is not my thing. I do not like it here. But when I think about a beautiful, gorgeous, just picture in my head of what beauty is, it's a beautiful kind of idealistic meadow filled with flowers with a very cold breeze, and that is what this smells like, and it is so beautiful. There's a maturity to this fragrance that I love, but I also love it that it smells clean, it smells fresh, it smells lively, and the flowers in here are gorgeous. But it's not crazy loud, it's not crazy in your face, and I like that. And I love this fragrance, and I really think this fragrance needs more attention and love. It is absolutely gorgeous. At least that's my opinion. Wait, guys, those are the 10 fragrances that I chose to take you into 2022. These fragrances that I think are sexy, confidence-inducing, boosting even. They are attractive. They are understated, but they are not lost. They don't get lost on your skin. Enhance and add the best of the best that fragrances have to offer without being too loud and too proud. So I hope you enjoyed these picks. Anyway, guys, if you agree with my picks or disagree with my picks, let me know in the comment section below. And as always, thank you so much for watching these videos. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.